Welcome back to another episode in the meal prep series. Today we're making my low calorie take on a classic comfort food, mac and cheese, and better yet, we're going to be pairing that with a slow cooked barbecue beef. Before we get started, I'll throw the nutritional information on the screen. Let's go! To get started, we'll create the dry rub for the slow cooked beef. In a small bowl, combine 5 grams of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a tablespoon of onion powder, garlic powder and paprika. Mix it all together and set aside. You also need 1 medium-sized brown onion, which you'll cut in half. Cut the stem end off, slice horizontally once from stem to root, vertically from stem to root, and then horizontally again to dice. Place the diced onion in a bowl and set aside. The beef we're going to use in the slow cooker is chuck. This is perfect for the slow cooker as it's cheap but full of flavour and tender once cooked. You will need approximately 800 to 850 grams of beef chuck, which will reduce to about 750 grams of beef once you trim the large parts of fat off. Start by cutting off any large pieces of fat from the beef. You don't need to be too precise, but just try to remove the large pieces. Once trimmed up, lay fat on the chopping board, spread half of the rub on one side, pat down, flip over and spread the rest of the rub on the other side. Now place everything in the slow cooker, starting with half the onions, then the chuck beef, followed by the rest of the onions and 80 milliliters of water. This is just to add some moisture to the slow cooker before the beef begins to break down. Set the slow cooker to high for 3 to 4 hours or low for 7 to 8 hours. Once the beef is cooked, remove from the slow cooker and allow to cool. You can also remove any remaining liquid and onion from the slow cooker and set aside in a bowl. Once the beef is cool, you'll shred it up, either with a couple of forks or with your hands. You only need to give it a quick shred as you'll break it apart more in the pan later. Once shredded, grab a large fry pan and place on low. Place the beef liquid and onions into the pan, followed by the shredded beef and 80 grams of low sugar barbecue sauce. Mix all the components and cook until the mixture is cohesive and no liquid remains. And that's the beef finished. Now you can cook the mac and cheese. Start by filling a pot halfway with water, place a large tablespoon of salt in, cover with a lid and leave on high. You'll add the pasta in once boiling. To prepare the cheese sauce, combine 250 milliliters of skim milk, 30 grams of dried parmesan, 100 grams of light cheddar cheese, 100 grams of cream cheese, and 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper. If you have a blender, you can blend for 20 to 30 seconds to create a smoother sauce. If you don't, just place all the ingredients into a bowl and mix well to combine. You can now start cooking the macaroni pasta. Place 275 grams of pasta into the water, cook for 7 to 8 minutes or until al dente. While the pasta is cooking, place a large fry pan over medium and add the cheese sauce into the pan. Simmer the sauce for 6 to 7 minutes till it thickens. If it becomes too thick, you can add some water to loosen it up. Once the pasta is cooked, drain and save about a quarter cup of the water. Add the pasta and the water to the pan with the cheese sauce and stir to combine. Cook until the sauce and pasta is thick enough that when you run a spatula through the pan, it slowly comes back together just like this. Now that both components are prepared, you can evenly divide each over the 5 containers, starting with the mac and cheese, followed by the barbecue beef. And there you have it, another 5 meals prepped for the week. This is the perfect recipe if you don't want too much hands-on time, and it's one you won't get sick of eating. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.